Want to keep an eye out on what's going on at awesomepaintjob.com? Check out the blog at awesomepaintjob.blogspot.com. This is where I show the works in progress for commissions and also products that I'm developing for the online store. So go check it out.
Welcome to another awesomepaintjob.com tutorial.
After the primer is dried, I start with a base coat of Scab Red. I then apply Awesome Paint Job Armor Wash over all the red areas. Now I airbrush red Gore, concentrating on where the light's hitting, and some of the areas where it's not as bright, but the light's still kind of reflecting in there, leaving Scab Red in just the darkest areas. The final highlight is done with blood red, concentrating on the upper half of things, certain interesting details that you want to bring out, and making sure that you hit all the areas that the light's directly hitting. A black base coat is then applied to all the areas that will be black or silver. A white background is painted in on the left shoulder pad because I'll be using clear decals for this, and since the printers don't print white, you need to have that white background. I downloaded the graphics from Bolter and Chainsword, and the decals are printed on Tester's decal paper. Microsol and Microset will be the two solutions used to set the decal in place. After cutting the decal, place it in water for 30 seconds or longer, depending on how long it takes the decal to loosen. Apply microset to the area that the decal will be placed. Microset is basically the liquid form of the adhesive that's on the back of the decal. This helps adhesion and helps it set up a lot better. Roll a cotton bud over the surface to help flatten the decal and pull out any extra water or microset. Once dry, apply microsol over the surface. This will soften the decal even more, making it conform to any irregular surfaces. Once the decal is dry, we will use Chaos Black to fill in the background. I overlapped some black paint a little too far over the decal, so we'll touch up with Skull White. Now I'll freehand a blood drop on the right shoulder pad, and the easiest way to do this is to find the center, draw a line down the middle, and then do quarter circles on the bottom, connect them to the top of the line. And basically doing the red inside of it after the white is all uniform is pretty much easy after you have the outline. Now I paint all the surfaces that are to be silver with Boltgun metal. All the areas that are to be gold are hit with a 1-to-1 mixture of shining gold and scorched brown. Then the first highlight is applied to the gold using just shining gold. The silver highlights will be done using mithril silver, concentrating on the edges and paying attention to where your light is hitting the silver areas. Hardline highlights are then applied to the black areas using Codex Gray. Try using the side of the brush when you're painting an area that allows you to. This will be a lot easier than trying to put the tip of the brush right on the edge of whatever you're painting. The purity seal paper is painted with a base of Bestial Brown. Then painted with Bleached Bone, leaving the Bestial Brown in the deepest areas. The purity seal wax is base coated with Snot green. Then highlighted with Goblin green. A Sakura Pigma Micron pen size 005 is then used to draw in the scripts. Codex Gray is then applied to the base, as this will be a concrete base, and also to cover up the overspray from the red. The front half of the lenses are base coated with Snot green. Then Bilious green is applied to the front half of the Snot green area. A white dot is then placed behind the greens to simulate light reflection. A wash of Awesome Paint Job sewer water is now applied to the concrete. While the wash dries, we'll break out the blood red and define all the red highlights. Take this opportunity to hit all the areas that the airbrush might not have gotten and to define ones that could use an extra coat of red. To simulate concrete dust and other tiny buildup, we will use Awesome Paint Job Cinder Block Gray Pigment. I make a wash using the pigment and isopropyl alcohol. The best way to know if you thinned it enough is if you paint it on and it goes on like paint, you didn't have it thinned enough. So add more alcohol. When the alcohol completely evaporates, you might see that the pigment dried in some areas that you don't want it. So take a clean brush and some clean alcohol and simply agitate it off of those areas.